Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to go over something that's been asked on my channel a couple times, and that is the difference in the stage 1, 2, and 3 Aero kits available for the C7. So I wanted to talk about all of the available Aero kit options on this car because I'd mentioned it a couple times in my previous videos, but I never got into much detail with it. So let's get started. Alright guys, so as you know, my car is the 3LZ Z07 package car, which the Z07 actually gives you the highest level of aero available. So this is the stage 3 all throughout the car. Stage 3 on the front, the side skirts, and the rear spoiler. So we'll get more into that in a second, but basically I just wanted to go over some of the things, the differences here, and what I've read in the past. And that is a pamphlet that I read at a GM dealership before the car was even out. So what it went over was the differences between the stage 1, 2, and 3 Aero kit, and it just went over how much downforce each one generated specifically. So the stage 1 generated 125 pounds of downforce, stage 2 was 250, and stage 3 was 500. Now, I'm going to get into the differences between all three of those here in a second, but that's a pretty substantial difference between all three. And honestly, for me, I prefer the stage 3 just for looks, but 500 pounds of downforce is a lot. Let's get into the differences here. Number one, we're going to start with the stage 1 front. So the stage 1 front lip, it sticks out the least of all of them, so it's very, very subtle around the front, and I'll put a picture in right here. And now the biggest thing that I noticed with this, you'll probably see it as well, it is plastic versus the stage 2 and the stage 3 are either exposed carbon fiber or fiberglass. So with the stage 1, like I said, 125 pounds of downforce altogether with the stage 1 kit. And it also, like I said, it sticks out the least. So if scraping the car or anything like that is a concern of yours, that's something to keep in mind. Now, obviously, the stage 1 comes stock on a base model Z06 1LZ. So that's what you're going to get right off the bat if that's the car you choose to purchase. Now, here is the stage 2 front lip. I'll put a picture right here. This one is much more visually appealing in my opinion. This one also, like I said, with the entire stage 2 kit, generates 250 pounds of downforce, so it's functional as well. But it also has a much nicer look about it. This one is available in carbon flash or exposed carbon fiber. Now lastly, the stage 3 is literally just the same as the stage 2, only it has different end caps on it. So what I mean by that is, like I said, my car has the stage 3 Aero on it, so as you can see, the front lip is all the same as the stage 2 with the exception of these end caps being much larger and they come all the way up here. So this is what really makes the stage 3 front lip. Now again, this lip, the stage 3, is available in carbon flash paint or exposed carbon fiber, but only this part, so all the way up to right here. These end caps are only available from GM in carbon flash paint. So even if you get the exposed carbon fiber option here, this will still be carbon flash painted. Now you can get those from a third party, places like Asus I think has them, and they're kind of expensive, and there is one of the companies out there that actually makes the carbon fiber weave that matches the stock weave and everything, so you can get those if that's something you want to get. Moving on to the side skirts, again, my car, this is obviously what they call the stage 3 side skirt, and there has only recently been a stage 2 and a stage 3. I say that because the 2015s up to 2017, I believe, you either had a side skirt or you didn't. So you either had the one I have or you didn't have one at all. Now in the 2018s and up, they offered a 3/4 side skirt, which I'll show a picture of here. With the introduction of that, now we technically have a stage 1, a stage 2, and a stage 3 side skirt. Obviously the stage 1 being no side skirt at all, stage 2 being the 3/4, and the stage 3 being the one that I have on my car. So again, the side skirt here, obviously on my car is a stage 3. These are available again in carbon flash painted like I have, or the exposed carbon fiber. The 3/4 ones that they really only come up to about right here, those ones I've never seen those in exposed carbon fiber. So from GM, I don't think that they're offered, but I could be wrong about that. Now again, for me, the way this car looks with the side skirts, it's a big aesthetic thing for me. I'm not even sure how much that really helps with the actual aero of the car. I do know it knocks down rock chips quite a bit though. A lot of the stuff that's kicked up from the front wheel, the side skirt actually prevents from getting kicked up alongside the car. So as far as that goes, they're functional for me, but I'm sure as the kit together, like I said, the stage 3, the whole stage 3 is what generates 500 pounds of downforce, so that probably does play in at some point. But for me, it's a looks thing and it prevents rock chips, so I'm good with that. Now for the rear spoiler is obviously also part of the Aero Kit on this car. The stage 1 spoiler, which I'll show a picture of right here, is basically the main body of the spoiler stays the same throughout the entire setup. So as you can see in this picture here, shows the wings that are replaced. So stage 1 has the lowest possible spoiler for the least amount of drag. You basically change the winglets and then add a center wicker bill for the onward stages. So stage 1, like I said, again, 125 pounds downforce. You would change those wings in order to get to the stage 2 and the stage 3. So here's what the stage 2 looks like with the wings changed. Now literally the only difference between the stage 2 and the stage 3 is that center wicker bill clear part that bridges the 2 wings. Now, like I said, the stage 2 with that spoiler is going to be 250 pounds. With the wicker bill and the stage 3, it's 500 pounds. The spoiler in general, like I said, this is the stage 3 again. Like I said, the spoiler stays the same throughout them, and this spoiler is available from GM in either carbon flash like I have, or exposed carbon fiber, which you can get on like the Carbon 65 edition, or even as a special ordered option. So ultimately, with if you look at the body here, which is just this part here, this remains the same throughout the stage 1, 2, and 3. The only difference is these wings here, winglets, and the center wicker bill. So basically these are smaller for stage 1, they're bigger for stage 2, and then you add this for stage 3. One of the most interesting things I've read about the stage 3 spoiler specifically, so again we're talking about just the stage 2 with the center wicker bill. The most interesting thing I read about this is that with this wicker bill, if you leave this on at the tallest position, because this is adjustable, you actually lose 3 miles per gallon. This thing creates so much downforce that it's actually starting to create drag. You actually lose gas mileage. And 3 miles per gallon, that's pretty significant. Now, with that being said, Taj Jukter, however you say his name, he's the chief engineer at GM. He has actually come right out and said, as you move up in the Aero Kit on a Corvette, you decrease lift but increase drag. Now he went on to say that that is not something specific to a Corvette. Any performance car out there that you add aero to prevent lift, you're creating drag. There's not really a way around it yet, obviously aside from active aero. So coming straight from Taj, saying basically stage 3, it's going to give you the best possible performance as far as keeping the tires on the ground and keeping the front end down, but in a high speed situation it's going to create drag as well. So you kind of have to pick and choose your battles there. If I were to take this car to a drag strip to get the highest possible trap time, I would probably slap the stage 1 spoiler on, lose the front end caps, everything I can to kind of help with that. But like I said, I have them on there right now, more of a look thing, and I think the car looks great with it on there. So the fact that it helps performance on, you know, normal road driving, that helps. But for a drag strip, I would remove a lot of that stuff. All right, so just to go over something a little bit more I touched on was this adjustable center wicker bill. This is part of the stage 3. You would just basically loosen these 2 screws and you can slide the wicker bill up and down, and that actually allows you to adjust the amount of downforce that it helps create on the rear tires. So if you wanted to have less drag, you would adjust these, push the bill down, or take it off completely. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. If you liked what you saw, give me a big thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, shoot them down in the comment section below. I'd love to have you as part of the Horsepower Obsessed community, so if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And as always, I'll catch you guys in the next upload.